Yo, 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 yo. This your boy Thorough, and this is the My Dogs Podcast, where my opinions are just my opinions. And I'm trying on these new headphones, and I can't hear myself. So if I start screaming or being too loud, just let me know, because I don't even know why I got these things on. I don't have a guest on here, so I ain't got nothing to listen to. So I'm just being stupid right now. But yo, let me get myself together. Let me get myself together. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, y'all. I just want to just thank y'all just for tuning in to the My Dogs podcast. We're going to go over I was in Denver. I was in Denver. I was cold. And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into this Rams. We're gonna get into DTR being hurt. We're gonna get into Myles Garrett's being hurt. We're gonna get into Ward once again being hurt. Teller hurt. We just been banged up. We just been banged up. But first of all, I want to just dive into and just get salute to the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos came out with a great game plan against us. And this is one game because I'm gonna get on y'all boy Stefanski. I'm gonna get on Stefanski later, but I can't blame this game on Stefanski. Tell me what y'all think. I think this game was all on the players. The players, they it was on them. It was all on the players. There ain't no excuses. This was all on the players. Stefanski came out with when we was in the game until we lost our quarterback. Plus, it was the players. The players, I don't I don't know. Y'all tell me. Tell me this. Riddle me this. What I think was going on is this season we got the number one defense. And they know it. They want to make history. But I've been watching them for the last couple of weeks, 13 weeks, 12 weeks. And sometimes people drive on the first drive. Because they just coming out and they ain't settling in. And that's what happened. That's what happened last week in Denver. We never settled in. They not saying that they I'm not saying they don't believe in the offense, but I think the defense is trying to be like the Baltimore Ravens defense when they won a Super Bowl where the offense didn't have to do nothing. I think they're trying too hard. And I've been saying every week after week, Myles Garrett trying to he's jumping off sides because to me, like I said, this is the My Dogs podcast where my opinions are just my opinions. I think he's chasing that sack. He ain't never been the sack leader, never been the defensive MVP, and he's chasing it. They're not letting football come to them. They're not just playing the game; they're chasing it, and everybody talking about they're the number one defense, and they want to. I mean, they're just not settling down. Settle down, just play football, and that's what got you to the number one spot. But now we lost so many darn QBs. We on our fourth QB. We're gonna get on the Joe Flacco too. We on our fourth QB this year. They putting everything on them. They're great. They're great. But all they got to do is just sit back and chill. Sit back and chill, and everything will be okay. And Newsome was my dog. I don't know about y'all. Newsome was my dog at the beginning. Preseason, week one, I was asking everybody, where is Newsome gonna play? Newsome gonna be on the island, or is he gonna be in the slot? And everybody wanted him in the slot, and I guess I was wrong because I like his speed, and I thought he did pretty good. So I wanted him to be on the other side of Ward and put Emerson in the middle in the slot. We missed you, Ward. We missed you, Ward. I I looked at Newsome's play, especially we got caught deep. Then when they caught the ball, coming Sutton came across and he didn't even run after him. Sutton. It wasn't even no big move. Newsome, I don't need go back in the slot. Go back in the slot because on that end, you ain't you. Last week you wasn't built for it. I like you. I love you. I think you're a great cornerback. But last week you wasn't built for to be out there all by yourself. And that's all we play. We play man. We play press. We ain't that zone type of defense. That ain't us. And that what you gave me last week wasn't it pimping. That wasn't it pimping. And I give Sean Payton. I went back, like I said, I went back and watched the game. And everybody's wondering, what Myles Garrett? Myles Garrett, yes, he hurt his shoulder. But when I went back and watched it, I didn't watch the whole game. I watched the first half because I just wanted to see where was Myles and what was going on. The whole first half, they only went to the left where Myles Garrett is at 3 times. 3 times. So the other, how many plays they ran in the first half, everything went to the right. Right. They took Myles Garrett. I think it's the first or the second play of the game when they went right. Myles Garrett cut in, or he went out and Russ slid through because Myles loved going wide. They set Myles up every week. He liked to go wide, and they know it, so they quarterback sneak right that way. But that's the I mean that we Myles gotta learn some new moves, but it is what it is. I like Myles. Myles the man. Myles is the best defensive end out there. But I mean, the rest of the guys, they got to step up. They got to step up. We got ran on. Cats was open, and we going up. Matthew Stafford ain't nobody. He ain't nobody. But them wide receivers is somebody. Them wide receivers, yeah, and our defense, and that's how Baltimore beat us the first time. Our defense was on the field way too long. We got one of the best defenses, and that's when I said that a couple episodes ago. DTR, when he had to come out and play in Baltimore, the first 2 drives, we were shutting them down. But after that, they caught on to what we was doing. We couldn't 3 and out, never making it past the 50-yard line. That's when Lamar got heated up on us, and they won that first one. Our offense is going to have to sustain some better drives, some longer drives. Like I said, this game right here, I can't say nothing about Stefanski. It was the players, and they wanted it too bad. We was in the game with all the mistakes, turnovers. If you want to blame that on the coach, you can blame that on the coach because all years turnovers. But when we went down there, was it 4th and inches or something like that? Was a false start, then came right back, a fumble. They weren't settling it down. They wanted that win too bad that they tried to force it. And what happened is what happens when you try to force things. When you're trying to force things, them fumbles, all the mistakes, blowing coverages, that's what happens. We didn't settle down. We just, I don't know. Like I said, it just, and Brian, he always 4th and 1 inches. He's always on it. This ain't nothing new. This is not nothing new. And it was just mistake after mistake after mistake. And we would say forward. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna get too much into Stefanski's play calling. Yeah, forward. We just wasn't establishing no run. We wasn't establishing nothing. I like forward, but I think maybe nothing was. They were just sitting on it. They were sitting on the run. Then we just like we didn't have nothing else to do, so we like go away. We put Honey in. We put Honey in to try to change the pace up because forward is good, but when I'm trying not to get on Stefanski, but when we just doing these little 5 and 10-yard passes, it's going to be hard to run. It's going to be hard to break. Or I mean, it just that it is what it is. But it just Mari Cooper dropped a 2-point conversion. Njoku dropped a touchdown. We need somebody that's with some hands on this team that if the game is on the line and we throw it to you, you're going to catch it. And I said that last week. Somebody said that we got some players with some hands. I'm like, where? If my dog podcast, the game's on the line, you're down by 6, 5-yard line. Who are you throwing it to? Who are you confident to put money on that you would throw it to on the Cleveland Browns team? There ain't nobody. These cats we got to get better. We got to get better at our catching. We got to get better at our catching. They some dogs, but they got to be consistent dogs. That's all I gotta say. I mean, everybody wants Stefanski's gone play calling. I'm gonna get into Stefanski. The only reason where I got the only reason that if Stefanski got to go or give up his play calling, but if you give up your play calling, that's like a stab in the back to a coach. Can you really keep a coach there when he got to give us play calling and he don't want to? That's not going to be a good look. That's not going to be a good look. But the only reason is that look at the Browns team. I was just thinking about this. Look at the Browns team. Look at Kansas City. Our offensive line's better. Their tight end's better. Their quarterback's better. This running back, I'm gonna say running backs is even. Our wide receivers are better. Our defensive line is better. Our linebackers are better. Our corners are better. Our safeties are better. But their team are better. It only can come down to coaching. And that's the only reason. Everybody's saying we got the best record, blah, 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 blah. Our opportunity or the window that they call is closing. We had great teams. I'm going to even say Baker. From Baker to now, and these contracts and this money is running out. Yes, we got a good record because that's because AB brought a great team together. But look, let's go to New England. When they had Tom Brady, Tom Brady's the GOAT. We had a better offense. This team right now, since Baker to now, we had a better offensive line than New England. They got a better tight end. They got a better quarterback once again. That's all these teams have on us. New England, when they went on their run, all they have is the same nucleus. Better quarterback, better tight end, and a better coach. But they got rings. We can't waste this team. We can't waste this talent. I mean, because you see Chubb just got hurt. How many years we had Chubbs? How many years did we have Myles Garrett? How many years did we have we got Koo for like 2 years right now. Denzel Ward. We just brought some. We bringing all these dogs in, and I know everybody want to talk about Sean's contract. Sean's contract is gonna hurt next year. We in a hole next year. We needed this coach to do something, and that's the only reason I get on Stefanski, because once again, if you look at Kansas City, if you look at Philly, or you look at San Francisco, you look at some of these good teams. Guess what? Every week they ain't questioning the play calling, win or lose. They're not questioning the coach. They're not. And that's my thing. Where every week we questioning him. Stefanski, what was you thinking right there? What was you thinking when you did that? What was you thinking when you did that? We just got out. We was in our heads last week. But that's the only reason it's just as a Browns fan going, regardless of what quarterback we have going in there, regardless of what quarterback is playing. When somebody asks a Browns fan who we're gonna win, if you're a diehard, you're gonna always say we're gonna win. We're gonna beat any and every team because we got the team. But when people ask the Browns, what y'all gonna do this week? So we can a real fan that's really watching the team go, all depends on what's Stefanski gonna call. It comes down to his play calling every week. We shouldn't have to. We got the team to beat anybody. I said it last week. We have the team to beat anybody in the NFL. Even now, I ain't gonna get that greasy and say with DTR. But when we had Deshaun, there's no team that's better than the Cleveland Browns. That's just, I mean, we can go. We could Philly. I think Philly will give us some comp. If we was at full, I'm talking about full staff. Kansas City can't touch us. And there, besides Philly, there's no team in the NFL that I think that we have problems with, and that's just how I feel about my team, and that's why I go so hard on with Stefanski. The time is running out. Time is running out. We had this great team to only have one playoff win. One playoff win. What we gonna do next year? Sorry, Browns fans, we don't have no money. This team that we have, it's going to be broken up. It's going to be. They already tried to restructure some contracts. Next year, we're going to lose some guys. We're going to lose some guys on the offense and on the defense. The only good thing that we got going for us is, man, DeJuan Jones, that right tackle, boy. That right tackle right there. He's on a rookie contract. That saved us some money. So I don't know how we can get rid of old buddy in his contract if we can let him go. But that could save us some money. We're gonna have to nail the draft. But I mean, I loved Elijah Moore. Marquise Goodwin stayed hurt. Coop. Hey y'all. No, I ain't gonna get on Coop and his rib injury. I think Coop was checked out. It was cold and he was just ready to go. He got blasted in his ribs and he was just ready to go. I think he checked out on us. He felt the game was over with, but it is what it is. Yeah, if we had what you mean, if our starting quarterback, Deshaun Watson, was playing, yes, we'd be tough to beat. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So when people give Stefanski all this credit, you can't. That's just like sometimes people take away from Phil Jackson. You had Mike. You had Mike. You went to LA. You had Kobe and Shaq. Stefanski, you got an all-star team. You got to do something with it. And this year, Browns fans, my dog's podcast. This is my opinion. This is where my opinions are just my opinions. We got about 5 games left? 5 games left, 7 wins. We have 7 wins. If we only win, we go 10-8. With everything we went through, are y'all happy with that? Are y'all happy with that? I don't know. I'll be grateful. I'm grateful, but I think we can still make the playoffs. I still think we can make the playoffs with the players that we got. I think Flacco should start for the rest of the year because I believe Flacco and DTR can do what's both the same. But DTR is a rookie and Flacco's 85-year-old vet. He can read the defense. DTR, if you let him loose, he's going to throw some picks. You let Flacco loose, he's going to throw some picks. But he's going to throw some balls down the field where Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, Tillman, Njoku, if they catch the ball, they're gonna get open. We can be good. We can be good. Yes, the injuries killed us. This is. I think they said that we gonna. Okay, let's get into DTR. DTR got a concussion, and Stefanski saying that DTR is still the starter this week. He's saying he's still the starter this week, and Joe Flacco is the backup. Because P.J. Walker, I wanted him to start, and P.J. Walker looked it bad last week. P.J., man, I ain't even going to get into but most likely, Joe Flacco is going to start. Because it's Wednesday. He still haven't passed concussion protocol. If Friday come around and he still haven't passed it, you throwing him in the same way you threw him in week 2 or week 3, week 2 when we went up against Baltimore. Then you're not letting him throw the ball really down the field. So, I mean, you might as well. And then once again with Flacco, is you're gonna let Flacco throw the ball, because and that's where I get into. Flacco's going to start. He's being somewhat of a smart coach. You don't show your hand. We know Flacco's starting, but is he going to let Flacco throw the ball? And that's just like when we had, who did we have? I can't think. I know that Miami had. Minnesota had Kirk Cousins, and they had come on, somebody help me out there. What was the backup quarterback that played in the playoffs under Stefanski when Stefanski was in Minnesota that we had? I can't get it. Came to Cleveland. I can't get his name off. But in Minnesota, he threw the ball, took him to the playoffs, took him deep in the playoffs. Stefanski knew the guy, knew him. Brought him to Cleveland. Then somebody got hurt. Baker got hurt. Threw him in and went and let him pass the ball. He did these 5 and 10 yards. You saw, man. You got to unleash these people. You Stefanski, you've been playing scared for 4 weeks in a row. We're gonna win or we're gonna lose. But in every week, for the last 2 weeks, I didn't say it on this podcast. With the way that Stefanski's been playing, the first team to 10 wins. Because that's the most we can really put up with this game plan. We're gonna try to run a dink and dunk and all that stuff, but with this game plan, the most we can do, we still gonna make the playoffs. We still can make the playoffs. Yeah, and that's what I want to see. I want to see what Flacco got. I want to see what Flacco got. He's gonna be different. He's gonna be just like Job. We wanted Josh Dobbs back. We wanted Dobbs back. Look what he doing in Carolina. He throwing the rock. They still losing, but he's giving them a fighting chance, and that's all we need. We need somebody that can throw the rock and not go 3 and out. Then our running game will be back. But like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, when you're only throwing 5 to 10 yard passes, a linebacker, he could play the run and the pass of what we playing. And I mean, you can just sit here. Okay, this is my pass defense. This is my rush defense. Hey, I ain't got to move because I already know I'm a tackling when he come to me. Or if you go pass it, you throwing it right here where I'm at. You're not throwing nothing deep down the field. So how can these wide receivers get open? How can you run when they just sitting on it? They just sitting on it, man. I just think we need to settle down. I mean, I was running out of time. I was trying to go back and look, but I think that for like all this year, we've been getting drove on the first drive. Then we settle down. Then our defense settled down. Defense never settled down last week in Denver. And I think we're so close to the playoffs that they don't want to settle down. And they're so close. I always said about Stefanski, and now I got to put Miles in it. And we all know Miles is the greatest. Miles is the best defensive end. Don't chase nothing. Don't be the hero. We everybody playing what they call it hero ball. Stefanski don't want to give up the play calling because if with this team and if the Browns go to the Super Bowl, the play caller of the Cleveland Browns to win their first ever Super Bowl, man, the head coach and play caller. This is Miles. He said it. He want MVP. These are individual goals, and that's why he keeps jumping off sides. Our defense, we was number 1, but now we all in our head. Everybody want to do it. Everybody want to get there. I want to make this sack. It's good, but let it come to you. Let it come to you, man. I think the defense is falling. The defense is falling out of faith with the offense and the play calling. I ain't gonna say the play calling, but the play calling and the production. There it is. The production of the offense. The defense is falling out of faith in them, and that's why. And that's what you saw. That's what you saw in Denver. Denver outcoached us. Denver outcoached us, and we tried too hard. We made mental mistakes. Everything that happened was a mental mistake. Was that we was in our head. We was trying too hard. False start, encroachment. And I ain't even gonna talk about my man Newsome. Newsome just got beat deep. He got beat deep, and he just tried to grab. He just tried to grab. I mean, with Denver. Whew, I mean, with Denver, they got a quarterback. They got a quarterback. We're going up against a, and I always said it. Any team with a decent quarterback, we're going to have trouble with, because they're going to kill us around the middle. They're going to kill us. They're going to kill us. And if Cooper Kupp, and that, I don't know if he's a rookie or whatever, and I ain't even going to try to pronounce old buddy's name. I'm gonna call him Nutella or something. I don't know. But if they know they got two good wide receivers, we're gonna probably try to send some blitzes. They're trying to make the playoffs too hard. That's plain and simple. We trying too hard. We're in the playoffs. Just play the game. Play the game. 5 games left. Win 3. We got 10, and we got. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's get into the last 5 games, and this is the My Dogs podcast, where my opinions are just my opinions, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I ain't gonna gas up nothing. The Rams, we can beat the Rams with Joe Flacco. We can beat the Rams. Jaguars, I'm sorry. We can, but it ain't going. I'm gonna give us an L. So that's 1-1. The Bears, we're gonna beat the Bears. That's 2-1. Houston, woo! Houston gonna be rough. I ain't even gonna front. Houston gonna be rough. I'm just being modest. Houston, that's 2-2. I give us the L on that one. The Jets. Wait a minute, how many games we got left? Okay. The Jets, we're going to win that one. That's 3-2. Cincy, that's 4-2. We got a 4-2 schedule, y'all. That's 11-7. That's 11-7. That's playoffs. That's playoffs. If we can get past the Rams, that's playoffs. The rest of it is going to be 10. But we can get past the Rams. That's playoffs right there. That's playoffs. And that's just me keeping it real. I took some L's. Yes, CJ Stroud, the only reason I had us losing to the Texans is that boy throwing that rock. And I don't know if y'all paid any attention. We could shut down somebody's run. But when they really they're slanging that rock on us, I've been saying it since week 1. Our pass defense ain't been up to par, especially when we ain't been full staff. I've been still waiting on Thornhill to give me a pick. Thornhill, I'm still waiting on you, baby. You're gonna show up. Our DT, he didn't show up all last week. But I mean, but that's the only reason why I get on Stefanski, because we running out of time. We got a playoff team, but we got the coach got to coach it through. The rest of the season needs a coach, and everybody gonna say, look at the record that we have with all the quarterbacks that we went through. Give Stefanski some this and that. Like I said, I like Stefanski. Just don't like his play calling. We got the team that win a defense that we can do some things. I think we can go out here and we can beat the Rams. We can make the playoffs. If everybody just settle down, just settle down and play some defense. Jags win. We can beat the Jags. We can like I said, anybody that got a decent pass game, man. That's just me. We got to really shut down. We got to really shut down somebody's pass. The only team that we really shut down their pass is Cincinnati. It's Cincinnati. But besides that, and without a quarterback, that's the only reason why I want the Flacco in there, because with DTR starting or anybody else starting, that's healthy. The race is to 10. We're not putting up no more 10. We're not putting up no more than 10 points. I think Flacco can get us some points. I think Flacco can get us some points. He gonna turn the podcast. I mean, I'm reading the thing. He gonna turn the ball over sometimes, but every quarterback's gonna do that. They all backups. Starters turn the ball over. But if everybody calm down and do what Aaron Rodgers say, relax. We there. Cleveland Browns fans, we're there. We're in the playoffs. Just calm down. Quit forcing it. And we're good. And I mean, what else? We got Myles Garrett. They set him out, his shoulder. He said he's going to be good. Denzel Ward, shoulder. He's not playing. I mean, they set him out of practice. He up in the air. DTR, he's still under concussion protocol. Joe Flacco took the starting reps. So I don't want to hear nobody. You know how they be putting these blogs out in line and all that stuff. Oh, they threw him in there. He didn't get no reps and blah, blah, blah. Joe Flacco took all the starting reps today. He got some reps in there with the starters and all that stuff. Amari Cooper, his ribs is hurt. So Amari Cooper sat out. When we sat out a lot of some of our veterans. That's what we do. And I like what Deshaun Watson said when he was just coming back. And they asked Deshaun, they said, hey, when you come back, are you going to be 100%? He said, ain't no NFL player this late in the season healthy. So I said, I would not tell you I'm going to be 100%. I could be 80, 75. But ain't nobody healthy. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's hurt out there. See, this the these Steelers fans. And that's I never knew how much I hated the Steelers until this year. They are so lucky. They have one of the worst offense in the NFL. But they going up against all these sorry teams. It might make I'm not even gonna get on that one. I'm gonna get into my prediction of the game of going up against if Flacco's a starter. If the Flacco's the starter, My Dogs podcast, where my opinions are just my opinions. This is gonna be a game. And Amari Cooper play. And Stefanski letting play. This will be a game. This will be a 27, maybe 24, or a 27-17 Browns win. If Stefanski lets Flacco do what he do, and they catch the ball in SoFi on that turf, this is going to be a win. This is going to be a win. This is Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford, whoever that quarterback over there is. He had that thumb injury, and he's getting. They say he's getting. The last 2 weeks he's been getting better and better, but this week I think we gonna if we settle down, we're gonna be good. We ain't gonna have nothing to worry about. It's a 4:00 game. But these Steelers fans, man. Yeah, okay. I take Flacco over your quarterback. I take Flacco over your quarterback. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yo, check the and this another reason where I wanted to go. I don't like that there's some Steelers fans on here because I don't want them to see this. And this is one of the reasons why I say our windows is closing. And this is one of the reasons why when I brought up coaching and Stefanski and I needed to see better out of him because I'm gonna go 2010 to 2022. This is our records. These is our records why a team like this can't be wasted. This will be one of the if we don't make an AFC championship, a Super Bowl, and at least an AFC championship with this roster, or not even saying this roster, with this head coach, with this team, with this much talent, this would be one of the biggest letdowns in Cleveland Browns history because we always wanted some players. We got some of the best players in the NFL on our team. And for us to still not make the playoffs or go deep in the playoffs, this would be a letdown. But check this out. Since 2010, 5-11, 4-12, 5-11, 4-12, 7-9, 3-13, 1-15, 0-16, 7-8, 6-10, 11-5, 8-9, then 7-10. We got to stop that. And those was with bad teams. If you're a Browns fan, you know those teams was that we didn't have too much to work with. So now we got something to work with. So now we throw a bag at a QB. I can't blame it. Y'all everybody want to blame Deshaun Watson. You got this much money, did this, blah, 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 blah. Coach. You got all this talent. We went in draft if he stay healthy. So next year is going to be the big year. Next year is going to be the test. And I don't know when these cats coming back for injuries, so that's what's going to hurt. Coach, we got you Amari Cooper, route running. One of the best that can do it when he catch the ball. I'm not going to stunt and I'm not going to hold you and say that we got some more elite wide receivers. We got some decent wide receivers. We got Njoku. Njoku is a nice tight end. Njoku is who he is. We got you one of the highest paid offensive line. We got you when he was at his peak, top 5 best quarterback in the league. We got you the number 1 running back in the league. And now we gave you the best defense in the league. You got to do something. There ain't you got to do something, coach. You got the players. It's on you, your staff, somebody to coach them up. It's on somebody. It's on somebody to coach them up. We ain't never had to step like us. What they always say about us Browns fans. On paper, we paper champions. So if on paper you a champion, and the only thing that's stopping you from being a real champion has to be the coach. Because on paper, you draw up a plan, the general manager see all this stuff. If I get you this, I get you this. Oh, we're going to be unstoppable. We need somebody to coach these boys to get that ring. I always say, we got the team. We got the team to take us to the playoffs. But we need a coach to get us to the Super Bowl. Remember that. Just think about it. Just think about the team. Think about the players. We got the players to get us to, and think about anybody else with so much talent. I would say Buffalo, but Josh Allen is, I don't know what he's doing. Did Josh Allen get a bag? Josh Allen was so-called one of the best. And how he looking? But nobody talking about his bag. I don't know. We ain't even gonna get in that. But injuries hurt us this year. Really hurt us this year. And that's why I said our window's closing. Because of things like this. Because of things like this is why our windows is closing. This year, I mean, if the defense settled down, Flacco just managed the ball and they let him throw it, we still got a shot. We in the playoffs. Playoffs hands down. We in the playoffs. But Stefanski, I need you to get me to the Super Bowl. I don't need you to run Jerome Ford on the first series, then set him out. Then you put Hunt in, then you put Strong in. Then in the fourth quarter, you come back with Ford again. I don't need that Stefanski. I don't need that Stefanski where you calling all these trick plays last week and we fumbling the ball. We was trying too hard. Just play some football. Let's play some football. Have faith, Stefanski, in your players. We don't need to do no triple reverse pitch back, one hike. We need just play some football, Stefanski, and have faith. But you see him in practice. You see him in practice. I don't. Maybe you think we need to do all this trickery to win. So if that's the reason why you're doing all this stuff, I give it to you. But guess what? I see jet sweeps in San Francisco. I see the jet sweeps in Kansas City. I see jet sweeps in Philly. I see jet sweeps. We're gonna see some Sunday with the Rams, but they all work. Ours don't work. So that gotta come down to even a wide receiver coach. Remember, I used to, when we had Peoples Jones. What I say? Stop running these jet sweeps, these reverses, because Peoples Jones keep holding. That's come down to coaching. So that's maybe the whole coaching staff. That might just be the coaching staff, but I mean, Elijah Moore. I'm gonna keep bringing my dog up, man. I think he got some skills. And I just want to see more from me. I want to see him involved in the game. Marquise Goodwin, he's out with a concussion or something. And hey, when the last time y'all see Marquise Goodwin? How did he get hurt? Getting off the bus, getting off the plane? I don't know. But these injuries hurt us. Injuries hurt us bad. They're gonna roll into next year because as a Browns fan, we're not doctors. We don't know nothing. They say that Watson should be good beginning of the season. But what about our dog Chubbs? So if we lose Chubbs for the first 5 games, 6 games, or something like that, then he gotta get into shape. I mean, this is why I talk about this window. This is why I talk about this window. Why I'm on Stefanski. This window's Stefanski. This window's closing. Your money already gone. Your money gone. Next year, we're gonna really talk about this offseason. When y'all see some people gone, all right, just know. Thank you. But when y'all start seeing some people go, just already know it. Just already know. We got to do the best what we can this year. And But before I get off here, I got one question for y'all. If Flacco go out here and win this game, next week DTR's cleared out of concussion. Is it coaching? Is it general manager? Who do we start? Who do we start? Who do we start in 2 weeks? If Flacco go out here, win or lose, but he looks decent. Who do we start? Do we go back to DTR? I think DTR is just the move to figure out if we're going to pick up another QB in the draft or the free agency. I think that's the only reason. And just to see what he got, because everybody else is starting their QBs, and just to see if what we got and who do we need to go get a veteran with Deshaun with Deshaun's shoulder? Do we need to bring us a backup in? So if we start DTR, I think that's the move. We trying to figure out next year and Deshaun's health and all that stuff. But that would be a good question. If we win or lose, Flacco looks decent the next week. Do y'all think DTR did enough to get the job back to start? I don't know. I don't think he did bad. I don't think he did bad while he was in there against Denver. I think we could have won that game. We were still in the game when after halftime we got the ball back and we was driving down the field. We was down by 5 on the other side of the 50, and that's when we fumbled that ball on 4th and 1. Get them the ball back, and they went down there and did what they did and put us in a hole. And put us in a hole. But that right there, that changed the game. So DTR did enough that he could have won the game. I didn't think I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know. I watched too much LeBron, watched too much stuff. I always think when you down, when you want to call, somebody was faking. I mean, I was at the game. I watched it. I didn't think it was a dirty hit. I thought I ain't even gonna lie. I thought he was faking. I thought he really wanted that call. I thought it was a clean hit. I saw a picture, his lip all big and all that stuff. So, I mean, on TV, y'all might have saw it better than me, but live, it looked good. And I just thought we needed to call out. We needed to do what we can do. And I didn't really think that that hit was that bad. But I mean, this is football. It's a dangerous game. But yeah, I'm with Flacco. I don't care how he look against the Rams. I would love to see Flacco start the rest of the season. I think Flacco gives us the best chance to make the playoffs just because of his knowledge, his 11, 12, 13 years in the league of reading defenses. Yes, he's still going to throw his pick, but I think he gives us the best chance of just making the playoffs and doing something just off his knowledge. He might not be more talented than DTR, but his knowledge. DTR threw a ball away where he almost got sacked, or he did. I can't remember. I don't know if it was first or second quarter. He showed some smarts. He rolled out, and I don't even know. It might have been a screen or something like that. He threw the ball to the guy's feet. DTR getting better every week, but I still think Flacco is our guy. To me, I think he gives us the best way to win. I think he can throw some balls down the field, push these linebackers back, and running game's gonna go crazy. We'll be back. We'll be back to Browns football once we can push the ball back down the field. Yes, his experience is going to get us there, and his leadership, leadership. He know how to get to these guys. He's not going to be what we did. What we did last Sunday was that just wasn't called for. That was just some guys put in positions that they was never put in, and false starts, fumbles. Miles, you come on, man, calm down. It was And I think Flacco's he didn't, when you already went to the Super Bowl, you didn't seen it all. There ain't nothing that you're gonna surprise Flacco with. He's, I mean, 5 seconds on the clock. He's still gonna be. He should be cool, calm, collective. He's been there. He been the biggest lights is a Super Bowl, and he played in that. I don't know how many other Browns players can say that, but well, let me see what we got before I get up off here. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Something good, man. This season, we take one step forward. You know the song, 3 steps back or something like that. 2 steps forward. I don't know. I forgot who sang that song. I forgot her name. But that's us. Every time it's like that commercial with the fishing rod. Almost there. That's the Cleveland Browns. Oh, the play calling. I've been. It's already the play calling. And see, and this is why I'm putting it on Stefanski. I don't like that the players will have to learn a new scheme if we part ways with Stefanski, because I mean they've been in this scheme for 3 years now. But I just want him to give up his play calling. And this comment right here, there's not besides Pittsburgh, there ain't nobody questioning the head coach and their play calling. Nobody, nowhere. Yeah, he got to go. He got to go. And but like I said, I ain't gonna say he got to go. I ain't gonna say that. He just got to give up the play calling. But giving up the play calling, how that would hurt his pride. That would hurt. I mean, hey, we can't. We already did that with Hugh Jackson. That turned out ugly. So it's on him. And I said it earlier in the show. The one thing that's hurting this team is everybody on their personal goals. Personal, want to be the savior. He will not man up and say that I'm giving up the play calling. If he give it up on his own for the sake of the team, how everybody always say, hey, whatever best for the team, I would do, that would be great. But if the GM has to step in, that's not good, because we already have office, but man, that front office, that ownership, we already got those problems and all that stuff. But if he got to give up his play calling, enforce the way they did, I think Hugh Jackson took it pretty good. Hugh Jackson took it pretty good, but he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy, and they railroaded Hugh Jackson. They set him up, but it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem, and that's the only reason why I say he got to give up the play calling, and he's going, because you can't, besides Pittsburgh, you can't name another team that's they questioning the coaches. It's one more team out there that everybody think he's a great quarterback, but they blame it on a coach. But I ain't even gonna get into that bag. But yeah, everybody, every week is the play calling. And I said it earlier in the show. When somebody asks a Cleveland Browns fan, "Are y'all gonna win?" the diehards is gonna say I mean, like I said, we can go up against the biggest and the baddest, and they're just gonna say yeah. But if you ask somebody that's going to be real and give you a real answer, they're gonna say, yeah, I think we can win. All depends on the play calling. If Stefanski call a good play calling, we're gonna win. If it's Stefanski's play calling, it's hard to answer that question every week because we don't know what Stefanski's going to do. We don't know what Stefanski's going to do. And that's hard. Every week. Every week. That's what I was saying earlier. That jet sweep end around. And I used to say in the other podcasts when we had People Jones, he always held. You do it. You man, when are you gonna leave that alone? When are you gonna leave that alone? That's what lost us the game. Those turnovers, you pitching it back, cats fumbling, and everybody trying to do it too much. We can even go back 3, 4, I'm gonna say about 4 or 5 weeks ago when they did it with Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore ran back 20 yards. Elijah Moore been in the league long enough to know, don't go back, fall down, take it. But this year, and without our quarterback, everybody is trying to win on their own and not play as a team. Elijah Moore, no, not to run all the way back there. I heard Deshaun Watson's excuse about, he said he didn't know where he was at when he threw the ball the opposite way. We have a lot of people that just trying to win or be the savior of the team. Everybody's trying too hard to be that guy. Just play football. Just play football and we're going to win. And run the ball. Coach, I don't even think the coach come in with the game plan of running the ball. That's what, how many was this 3 years with him with this, and we got the best running back. He just don't know. He just don't know. He just don't know what to do. It just, man, if y'all missed it earlier, Stefanski, I'm not blaming Stefanski on last week's loss. It was the team. But y'all got me on this Stefanski. Stefanski did not lose the game last week. It was the players. Stefanski did nothing wrong last week. Y'all can try to blame it on him, but Stefanski did not lose that game last week. The players tried too hard. That's it. Plain and simple. They tried to win that game. All the false starts, the fumbles, the end around fumbles, the deep pass over there to Sutton where Newsome holding, where Sutton came across the middle and Newsome playing man-to-man and just let him run across. These was all player mistakes. Where Njoku, when we about to score, Njoku dropped the first one. Then we end up scoring. Then we went for the 2-point conversion, and we threw the ball to Amari Cooper right in his hands. He dropped it. This was players. This week, it was all players. I'm players. His last minute decision, yeah, man, his decision making is just mind boggling. It's just mind boggling to all of us, and that's the only reason why some people like him. But that's the only reason why I say that he has to go is we don't know what we gonna get every week. Every week, we don't know what we getting out of Stefanski and his play calling. Would you not run the ball? I got a better question for you. When we was in the playoffs against Kansas City, and the stats said every team that ran over 20 times beat Kansas City. Nick Chubb's only had, I can't remember, but 3 to 5, had about 5 carries going into halftime. 5 carries going into halftime. This coach, man, he loves to pass. He loves to pass. The end around is coming. It's coming. It's gonna come this way. Then it's gonna come this way. Then they're gonna do a wide receivers. Hey, one thing that he ain't did in a while. He probably gonna bring it out. And okay, let's get into Stefanski. Tell me this. When we first lost to Sean, we put DTR in We put DTR in. He didn't do too good. Then we went to PJ Walker. We played PJ Walker for like 3 games, I think. I can't remember. But guess who stepped up? Njoku. We did tight end screen. Njoku for like 3 weeks was one of the best tight ends out there. Now we go to DTR. Where was those plays at? Why ain't you still giving Njoku the rock no more? Why isn't all them plays for those 3 weeks when PJ Walker was in there, when you only wanted to throw short, you saw plays that worked. You saw Njoku was eating. Njoku decided to catch the ball. Where was man? And y'all all love Njoku. I'm not a Njoku fan because he dropped too many balls. He got the talent, but he dropped too many balls. We have nobody on this team that if the game was on the line, that I would be comfortable throwing the ball to. I would just say, hey, run it. Because you throw that ball to anybody, they can be wide open and they might drop it. That's another thing we need to get next year. Somebody that with some serious hands. But Hunt, yeah. And see, y'all got me on Stefanski. I didn't want to get on Stefanski. Do y'all remember? The COVID year? This was this is my go-to. If y'all follow me, y'all know I always bring this up because stuff just don't make no sense. The COVID year, we lost all our wide receivers, had 25 tight ends out there, and still threw for over 40 times with Chubbs in the backfield. With tight ends, we didn't have one wide receiver, and he still threw the ball. It's decision making, and the only reason I say it's time for him to go, and I gave him a little slack is, as a rookie coach, but I wanted him to get better, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not seeing him when in situational plays or anything. I'm not seeing him get better nowhere. But I know I used to hate when we get the ball, we win a toss, and we want to take the ball first. I hate that. But that's just a preference, but I still hate it. I hate it. One thing I do like about him is that you want a coach that believes in a team, and sometimes we go for it we go 4th and inches, 4th and 2. You go out there, you want a coach like that. But then he get cute. I remember it was last year. I think it was Josh Dobbs. No, it was I forgot what quarterback we had. 4th and inches. I don't know if it's the coach or the QB. I'm gonna blame it on the QB, but it could have been the coach. We threw a 50-yard bomb where I think People Jones dropped it in the end zone on 4th and inches. Who does that? But the Cleveland Browns. Who does that? Yes, bottom line, his play calling. No, situational play calling. Situational play calling. At certain times, certain things just don't pan out. But when a game's on the line, when it's third and three with Nick Chubbs, everybody else will say, run the ball twice. We got Nick Chubbs. Nick Chubbs is going to get 3 yards in 2 downs. Now we're going to do a play action on 1st down. We're going to try to throw it to the tight end. We're going to do this and not that. 4th and 3. Now we want to run. Come on, this coach. That's why I say the situation. 3rd and 4th downs is mainly 3rd downs and all that stuff. That's where I need him. 1st downs, a lot of teams don't achieve nothing too much on 1st, maybe sometimes 2nd. But he's putting us sometimes he put us in a bad situation on 3rd down. And sometimes we're in a good situation on 3rd downs where just like, did we just do a triple reverse on 4th and 1? Come on, man. Those are the things. Those are the things. Those are the things that I have problems with him. How many times he going? Hey, that man. Do y'all want Stefanski gone, or do y'all just want him to lose? Just have to give up his play calling? That's the question. Do y'all want this team, once again, what I said, our window's closing. We're going to lose some players. Do y'all want a team have to learn a brand new scheme? A brand new scheme next year with a window's closing, with no money to bring nobody else in. Salary cap is not helping us. Or would y'all mind bringing him back, but he just got to give up the play calling? Yeah, just give up the play calling, and I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Just give up the play calling. I don't want to go through a whole new scheme. Because some of the plays he got when he had Baker, I used to go ham. I used to go ham on Stefanski, but I went back and looked. Baker just missed some of them passes, and we had cats wide open. So he was when we had Baker. I think when we went to the playoffs, we had the best percentage with Stefanski of the most people open in the NFL. So that's the only reason why I just want him to give it a play calling. You don't take that playbook. I like some of your plays. You just don't know when to play them and when to sprinkle them. You want to keep doing this. You play like me in Madden, man. I know I be doing dumb stuff in Madden, but I just be so cocky and confident in me. But this is real life. This is real life. This ain't a game. You can't keep running that same play over and over and over again. You gotta. I even like where one of the teams, you know how they Philly did it. I think it's Philly. Everybody know about they like 99.9% get the forfeit inches when they push Hurts in. But guess what their coach did? I don't know if a running back or tight end forfeit inches about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He handed it off. The dude went around the end. I'm like, whoa. They added a wrinkle to it. They just added a wrinkle to it. Oh, man. That's called having a coach. That's called having a coach. Got to switch it up. You got to switch it up. I like your play calling. Hey, you can't take your ball. You can't go home and take your ball. No, you got to leave that play call in there. You got to leave that playbook. I like your playbook. With the team that we got, I like your playbook. I just don't like you calling your playbook. I just don't understand some of the decisions you make. That's it. And that's what us Browns fans, that's all we wondering about you, Stefanski. Some of the decisions you make. We just wonder, like, what made you do that? What made you do that? About 3 weeks ago, I said it earlier, but like 3 weeks ago, where Jerome Ford, I had him in my parlay. That's why I was checking for him. He ran like 1 or 2 times on the first drive, and I never saw him again. I'm like, oh, I needed him to get 50 yards. What's going on? I'm calling everybody because I left church and I missed the beginning of the game. So I'm like, where happened to Ford? They're like, I don't know. Nobody knew where Ford was at. We put Strong in and we put Hunt. For 3 quarters, we put him in. Guess what? Fourth quarter. Beginning of the fourth quarter. Look who pops up. Jerome Ford. Game on the line. Dog, he cold. He's cold. What was you thinking? Kareem Hunt was eating all game. Kareem Hunt was eating. And you just benched him. And that's where Kareem Hunt came out, and we lost that game. And they asked Kareem Hunt after it. Hey, I think it was 4th and 3 or 4th and something, where I think the ball got batted up in the air. I think DTR or PJ Walker threw a pick or something like that on the end of the game. And they asked Hunt, you think you could have helped me? He said, hey, I don't know what happened. They said, yeah, I could have contributed to the win, but the coach didn't put me back in the whole fourth quarter. Like it just those things. I mean, I wish I could get him on here and I don't, and I mean, I just be real with it. I just ask him these same questions that I'm bringing up. What was going through your mind when you did that? That's all we want to know. If we could understand what's going through your mind, we might want to keep you, but we can't understand the decisions that you're making. That's all. What was you playing? Is it, or are you taking the blame for somebody else? Are you taking the blame for the offensive coordinator? Offensive coordinator, the one sending the running backs in and out, picking and choosing who he want in there, and you taking the blame? Then you'll be my guy. If you taking all this criticism and it ain't you, you'll be my dog. That's take you taking it on the chin for somebody else, and you know you probably gonna get fired for what somebody else is doing. You'll be my dog. But we just want to know what you doing. The Steelers ran wild. I played in the first. Yeah. But once again, who coached that game? Who coached that game against the Steelers? Where the Browns looked the best. I get hyped. I'm sorry. Because that playoff game against the Steelers, that is the best the Browns have ever looked. Last 3 years. The last 3 years. That playoff win, you can't, I might be wrong. Like I said, this is the My Dogs podcast where my opinion is just my opinions. But that playoff game in Pittsburgh, where Stefanski had COVID, you can't name another game that offense or that team looked at that good. You can't name another time. And the best we ever looked is when he wasn't calling the plays. When he wasn't calling the plays. Promotion. None. Break the huddle. Yeah, we ain't sending nobody. We ain't do. Like Casey, yeah. They helping the QB out. They're like, hey, come here. I need to see if you in man. We need to see you in zone. We need this. We ain't doing nothing. I get laughed at every week when I bring up Elijah Moore. When I saw all that stuff that they was talking about, what they was going to do with Elijah Moore, they had so much hype. Elijah Moore is going to be in the backfield. He's going to do we already know the jet sweep, stands around. He's going to play running back. He's going to be a wide receiver. He's going to be in the slot. He's going to be in the out. I ain't seen none of this stuff. I ain't seen nothing. I mean, and we making it easy. We making it easy for them. We're making it easy for them, especially like you said, setting in motion. Hey, you know DTR is a rookie. You got to help him out. You got to let him know if they're coming with him. Okay, I got man. They come halfway. Somebody else go. Okay, I probably got zone, and so I got this. You got to help. I mean, even great quarterbacks, you got to help them out. I need to know what type of coverage you in, so I don't throw a pick. And that's another reason why I wanted Stefanski. I mean, Flacco to go out there, because one thing about a QB, you good. One thing about a QB, when they go out there and they see that, when like Deshaun Watson and his QB coach, they got a great show. They just had Josh Dobbs on there. Y'all got to check it out on YouTube. But I'm been listening to Deshaun and how he talk, because he be talking to high school quarterbacks. When they first come out, you got to read the safeties. Single high, two high, and when you're reading the safeties in the corners, that lets you know where your first read is going. You send somebody in motion, and then that lets me know, okay, now I know what you in and at. And that's what we need when DTR was in there. He got to do all this stuff, but guess what? Guess what? Guess why he don't need to set nobody in motion. I'm only throwing 2 yards. I'm only throwing 3 yards. I don't need to set nobody in motion. All that motion, that's for somebody that's going down the field. I ain't going down the field. I'm only throwing it to my center's butt. I mean, I ain't throwing nowhere. Yeah, that experience, and I'm not even gonna stunt because we going in on Stefanski. It's a lot about QB2, QBs and their experiences. You the QB, send that man in motion, then send him back. That's your job too. That is your job too. To send that I'm not gonna put all of it on coaching. When you trying to figure out if you go into the right or the left, whatever, and you go out there and read the defense and you like, I don't know what that is over there. You gotta send that man in motion, then send him back and be like, okay, I got it now. That's why I want Flacco in there. That's why I need Flacco in there. I think he'll do that. Just to figure out they in man and zone and all that stuff. But they do things to trick you. You might still get it, but it's not all on Stefanski. The QB got to do it too. So even though I getting on Stefanski, I'm not going to throw all of it on him. I'm not going to throw it all on him. Yeah. Flacco can get us to the playoffs. Flacco can get us to the playoffs. And I'm gonna run it down. I'm gonna run down the schedule one more time for y'all. And this is me being truthful and not biased. We are with 7-4 now, but going to the Rams, that's 1 win. The Jaguars, that's a loss. We 1-1. Bears, 2-1. Texans, 2-2. Jets, 3-2. Bengals, 4-2. We can go 4-2. We got 11 wins. That's 11 wins. That's playoffs. That's playoffs. If we can get past these Rams, the Rams can make us 10. What, 10-7, 10-8? What is it? 18 weeks, but you still got a bye week. Blah blah blah. It's 17. So I mean 10-7. The Rams can make us 10-7 or 11-7. The rest of them is on lock. We in this playoffs. Hopefully we can knock out Pittsburgh. Hopefully Pittsburgh don't make the playoffs. But we there. We still in the hunt. We're still in the hunt. And as you say, Flacco is it. I asked a question earlier. Tell me this. If we win or lose the next week, DTR clears concussion protocol. Who do we start? That is the question. That is the question in My Dogs podcast. Who do we start? Win or lose? Who do we start? I can't tell you the answer. Well, I can tell you the answer. Me, I don't care if we win or lose. I'm starting Flacco. Win or lose. If he looks like PJ Walker looked like last week, I might think about it. But I don't care how he looks. He's been sitting on the couch right next to me having popcorn and all that stuff. So I can't expect him to look great on his first outing. But win or lose, Flacco is it for me. He is it because I like DTR. Coach won't let him let it rip. Coach won't let him throw it past 20 yards down the field. And that's another problem that we had. All our passes used to be 20 yards down the field. He wouldn't throw nothing short. Now we got DTR and now we're throwing everything short and won't throw nothing long. I don't know. Man, y'all got me on. I wasn't even going to get on Stefanski, man. I wasn't going to get on him. He had a good week. It wasn't him. Yeah, yes. And that's why I say, regardless of how he looked, I would rock with him. I would rock with him. You got to. You got to. You got to rock with him for the rest of the season because, like I said, he's a Super Bowl quarterback. Once he get back in his mojo, we're gonna need that veteranship under center in the playoffs because we don't have it on the sideline. We don't have it on the sideline. I'm hoping that he can get enough balls and check out of some of these reads to fancy call the jet sweep on 3rd and 18. Yeah, I hope he get enough balls or play good enough that he can be like, I'm sorry, coach. I'm taking my shot. I'm taking my shot. Play some hero ball, but yeah. But yo, I just thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for engaging. If y'all can, follow me on YouTube. Tune in on YouTube because eventually the Facebook is going to come to an end where I'm gonna have to just do the YouTube. So I mean, if y'all can, just try gradually to gravitate that way. Yes, it's strolling at the bottom of it. My Dog's Podcast on YouTube. Same stream, same thing, same setup. I've been trying for a while, but you know y'all old folks. Y'all don't want to do nothing new. Big Dog Willie. He let me get my that's my dog, Big Dog Willie. He's taking his talents to Twitter. Follow Big Dog Willie. I mean, that's just where the action at. Everybody is gravitating to where the new age is. I ain't gonna talk about y'all because I'm old too. Only old people on Facebook. I just keep it real. I say what's on my mind. YouTube is where I want to be at, but the most interaction I get is from my Browns pages, my page, and all that stuff. So I stay here and I feed y'all. I'm not gonna cut y'all off if y'all as long as y'all supporting me. I'm gonna be where y'all gonna be. But I would love to be on YouTube and try that play. When I am on YouTube, I would just love to be strictly on YouTube. You can do more things and better things on YouTube, and I don't know. I ain't gonna get into all the legit stuff, but I just wait a minute. We beat Jacksonville quarterback for 25 times. You can't go there. You can't even say that. You can't say that because what I heard, not what I know, what I heard going into last week, Russell Wilson was the leading quarterback that sacked. He got sacked the most times, whatever I'm trying to say. Russell Wilson got sacked the most out of every quarterback in the league. I don't even know if we sacked him once. So, I mean, that's them good stats, good things to talk about. I mean, but we got to get home. We got to get home, and we didn't get home not once. I don't think we got a sack. Well, I don't think we got a sack. So, I mean, I don't. And I was saying earlier, in the first half, I went back and watched the game. Myles Garrett, they took him out. That I give coaching. I give Sean Payton his salute, mile high salute, because 98% of the time it went right. I watched the whole first half. Only 3 plays went left. The way they went left towards Myles Garrett. That was like the second play of the game and a sprinkle here and there. Besides that, they went right the whole time. Even and the sad thing about it, we noticed that. I'm over here sitting here watching the replay, going back to the condensed version. Man, I was gonna take a screenshot and show y'all. Man, we had 5 people. 5 people on the. We knew they was running right. We had 5 people over there. And only Myles Garrett on the other side, and they still went right. And still got like 4 or 5 yards on the rush. They were scared of Myles. That's coaching. That's what we don't have. That's what we don't have. Coaching, but yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. But that's what we don't have. We don't have coaching, and we just got outplayed. We knew that we knew they was running right. We stacked everybody up over there, and they still got the first down. Still got more than 3 yards. It was the players, not the coaches. It was the players, not the coaches last week. I can't really say nothing bad about the coaches last week. It was, unless you want to say the coaches didn't have them prepared. Besides that, the defense kept jumping off sides. Newsome, I don't know. That might have been his first time playing that side. I don't know, but he's not ready for the end. Offensive wise, we kept jumping off sides. We 4th and inches. We fumbled a snap. End around, reverse pitch. We fumbled that. That's all players. That is all players. And I'm not going to say nothing bad about the coach. That was all players. We were in that game. But mental errors. Even, like I said, Njoku dropped one. Njoku always dropping something. We could have tied it up. Coop dropped the tie the tied up. It was all players. Last week was a bad showing. Wow, okay, it works. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I like his play calling, because we see a couple things in there that, like, man, that's a beast. Like I said when I was saying earlier, when PJ Walker got in for them 3 weeks, Njoku, everybody went and picked Njoku up if they didn't already have him on fantasy, put him on DraftKings. Njoku has like some of his best plays. We did wide receiver screen. He went down there and scored, but guess what? Holton, bring it back, and all that stuff. When we had that controversial goal line 4th and inches where we had no timeouts, and I wanted us to run the ball, but we passed the ball 4 times, and he tried to do the shuffle pass to Njoku. Once again, he dropped that too. And I mean, Njoku, for those 3 weeks, Njoku was very involved. Let's get Njoku back involved. As he said, some of them Wildcats plays when we got I'm gonna say my man Elijah Moore. I gotta keep putting Elijah Moore in there. A lot of people might not like him, but we put Kareem Hunt back there, and we fumbled the ball last time. But I would say Kareem Hunt need to start pitching it sometimes. Kareem Hunt, he just out here to get his. He's not giving up that ball. Kareem Hunt is like Hill for the Saints. Once I see him back there in that Wildcat, y'all know he's not handing it off. That man's gonna always keep it. But I ain't mad at Hunt. Hunt do his thing. Hunt gives his body. I think that was he just jumped. He just gives his body away. I like Hunt. I don't think we bringing him back next week, but yeah, it was week. The playbook. The playbook has great plays in it. Just don't have. I said this analogy about when we had Baker Mayfield. We are a Lamborghini team. We are a Lamborghini team with no driver. We one of the best. We're a Lamborghini team with no driver. We have nobody behind the seat, meaning Stefanski. We got nobody to lead us. This team is it. This team is it. And Ah, who you talking? You talking about Kelly? I don't. I don't. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of of the three running backs. That's just me personally. That's just me personally. I'm not a fan. I when Chubb is there, I'm only a fan of one guy getting the ball, and that's Chubbs, and I don't care who else is second. Everybody liked it. They liked it to mix up with him and Hunt. I don't care who is second. Chubbs. That's just how I feel. Now what I like Ford and Hunt. That should be the nucleus. But now we got Ford, Hunt, and we let Kelly go. Kelly, we let him go last week or 2 weeks ago. But we got Ford, Hunt, and Strong. I mean, in every sport, you got to heat up. You got to heat up. And when you just getting in there for 2 plays, then go sit out. Now it's your turn. Then your turn. And it's the wintertime now, and it's cold. Now I don't like 3. I didn't like somewhat the 2. I could deal with 2 with what we got right now. But going deep into 3, man, these cats can't get heated up. They can't feel how the line moving, they can't get they're not fresh legs, but hey man, you know this like in basketball. At the beginning, catch misses shots. Third and fourth quarter, they nailing everything that they throw up. They nailing everything the same with the quarterback. When the quarterback start a game, what he doing? They throwing balls to the ground. They missed that one. They missed that one. Third and fourth quarter, guess what? I didn't throw that thing enough. And that's how I feel about running backs. I don't all them running backs it just too many. I never was a fan of Hunt. I just like that he gives up his body, and for this year he's been getting 3 or 4 yards. He's been getting like 3 or 4 yards on some carries when we're going out or when they ain't stacking the line. But I'm 50-50 on Hunt. I like Hunt, but yeah, I really like Ford. A lot of people don't like Ford. Ford is a mini version to me, just me, of Chubbs. When they ain't stacking that line, Ford be breaking. And I don't know why he's just not back there, and they ain't feeding him. Let him cook. Let him cook. But we back to coaching. We back to coaching again. It just I like I said, I'm not I I think Hunt can do something. He just when you ain't getting the touches and when you sitting out in here when they know you running and they know you ain't trying to pass the ball, when you just so predictable, it's hard for any running back in the league on our team to do anything. We just too predictable. Then when we ain't predictable, we trying to be too cute, and that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I know he said Hunt ain't it, but we won some games because of Hunt, and he just jumping up and just going over, just throwing his body out there to go get that first down. Hunt is playing with heart, determination, will. I don't know about them other guys, but Hunt, when you give him that rock, he's trying. He's trying. He's trying his hardest. I don't know why we don't throw to Hunt. I don't know why. When he was in Kansas City, I don't. That's that. Back to coaching again. I mean, it just when you're a Browns fan, everything falls back on Stefanski and his play calling. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Everything we bring up, we all it's just that's why I say I would love to talk to him and just ask him these questions. I just need to know. I mean, just step back. You see, you got a linebacker on it. Dump him off. Let him get some time to get. He can beat that linebacker around that end. Do some of that. It don't even have to be all these screens that we keep doing. We could. I love our offensive line coach. He's great. He's been doing a good job, but this year he's not. We're catching too many penalties. Offensive line is catching too many penalties, even though so many people who's hurt. But I don't want to see another screen. I don't want to see another screen because the offensive line is holding. They're legally down the field. Peoples-Jones used to be the wide receiver holding. Now, was it Cooper or Tillman? I think somebody else just got one. It's just the holding. The holding. I don't know what it is. It's just the holding, man. I don't want to see no more screens. No more screens unless it's I say he gets too cute unless it's something cute. I guess, but it's just a typical or this might be that's what I meant to bring up before I get off of here. This might be the first time we played a team. I don't know about their ends, but they got that deep. Aaron Donald was coming. This might be the first time. Now I'm thinking about Aaron Donald and Flacco. Coming up that middle, we might need somebody with some wheels. But this might be the first time we didn't play. We didn't play the best defensive ends. If you got one of the best defensive ends, we didn't play you all this year. This year, man, we didn't play them all. And I ain't checking for everybody else, but I think DeJuan Jones might can get offensive rookie of the offensive rookie. I don't know if they get one for the line. That man did it. He doing his thing. He doing his thing. Now, O State is going to battle for rookie of the year. Him and CJ Stroud. Hands to me. I'm not a Ohio State fan, but hands down, CJ Stroud he doing his thing. He's doing his thing. His coach is letting him throw the ball. They don't have that many wins, but guess what? He's doing his thing. His coach is letting him have the ball. But yes, thank you for bringing it up because I told him at the game. I told him, man, oh man, this kicker, AB, what the kicker, and that's when I kept bringing up the windows. And how many games did we lose last year because of a kicker? We've been in the playoffs. These are coaching moves. I'm gonna blame that. I'm gonna blame that on AB. General manager. Y'all should have been let York go. We could have been made some playoff runs. We lost these games because of 3 points or less because of kicks. Oh man, everybody was hating on Dustin when he got there. He was dead, but man, I think Dustin maybe missed one kick, if that. Yeah, I know he missed one kick, but Dustin doing his thing. I told him, I said, you the MVP. I said, you the MVP of this team this year. I was at the game. I had to give a salute to Big Z over there, Zadarius. He gave me a salute. He gave me some acknowledgement. I'm like, I'm happy for him to be here. But Z, I'm sorry, baby. They went to you the whole game last week. I'm gonna need something from you. I'm gonna need something from you and your boy. We got up here that DT, Big T. I need some pressure up that middle. I need you so big. I need you to be doing what Aaron Donald's gonna come to do. I need you to be pushing that line back. So guess what? They got to run right. The quarterback got to run right or left. We got Zadarius on one side, Miles on the other side. We need you to get some pressure. We need you to get some pressure up that middle. We need you to take them centers and guards and push them cats back. We need you to push them cats back. But who am I? But yo, I thank y'all for tuning in. This your boy Thorough. This is the My Dogs Podcast. where my opinions are just my opinions. This is my new day and my new time. Every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Come check me out. My name is at the bottom, and if you ever want to be a guest, inbox me. Anybody. If you're a Browns fan, you are allowed on here. I will rock with you. I will rock with you. You rock with me, I will rock with you. If you got something you want to get off your chest, I mean, we all. This platform is for all of us. Anytime y'all want to get on here and voice y'all opinion, where you just us, we at the house screaming at the TV, say, I told you, I this and that. We want other people, like you hear it on the radio, you trying to call in because you want people to hear what you gotta say. Inbox me. The My Dogs Podcast is here for you to get whatever you want to get off your chest. Even if you don't agree with me. Hey, like I said, this is My Dogs Podcast where my opinions are just my opinions. Nothing is truthful and nothing is factual. This is my opinion. And when you get on here, it's gonna be your opinion. We don't play the game, but so this is an open invitation for any and everybody but Steeler fans. So anytime y'all just want to y'all want 5 seconds, y'all want 10 seconds, y'all want to co-host with me, and we can go back and forth and brainstorm. You want to just chime in, just let me know. I'm always here for you. This is the My Dogs Podcast, where my opinions are just my opinions. And I'm out. I thank y'all for tuning in. Check me out, share it. Go, y'all see the YouTube. Just subscribe to it. Even if you don't want to go on there, just subscribe to it. That's all. Eventually you'll check me out on there. I could take baby steps, but I'm out.